The most important thing for me as a journalist is being able to help someone who doesn't have a voice get a voice.
It was a police department that was out of control and unchecked. So what I'm here to do is be the check on them.
I've always been a kind of person who wants to do ambitious work and great reporting. The Ida B. Wells Fellowship did give me that opportunity.
The investigative fund is now Type Investigations.
Our mission is to produce socially significant investigative journalism, journalism that matters to real people. We have a team of experienced editors, and we work with independent journalists, and that allows us the freedom to tackle really any underreported issue that we think matters.
A bullet from the United States left a gun and ended up in the chest of a Mexican national standing on the shore in Mexico.
One of the first stories that I did with Type was about a man who was killed by federal agents, and I couldn't sell the story. I had actual videotape evidence of Border Patrol agents brutalizing a man who died of his injuries, and nobody would broadcast it. I brought it to Type, and finally we got it on the air.
We spend a lot of time with reporters from the very beginning, really thinking through what is the strongest way to approach the reporting, and then we go through this intensive process of vetting the findings. We've had laws passed as a result of our projects. We have had criminal investigations opened. Corporations have lost government contracts because of our investigations.
I'm investigating police and police reform in Newark, New Jersey. Newark is a city that I've spent time in and out of for the past 20 years. My investigation is fundamentally about policing in an urban city that is majority black and a city that has a history of police violence against residents. I think what's surprising to me as a black man doing this work is that there's a real understanding of the need to have diverse voices in this field. Investigative reporting writ large isn't the most diverse space. I think my editors, they recognize that in order to diversify the voices out there, there has to be an intentional focus on identifying and supporting that talent.
The Ida B. Wells Fellowship is a one-year fellowship for emerging journalists of color. We offer them the opportunity to take on their first big, major investigative project.
My story investigated the failure of the New York City Housing Authority to protect victims and witnesses of violent crime in housing. It honestly did change my life. I'm a young black woman from the Bronx. I never imagined that I could have someplace gamble on me and think that my work was important enough to give resources to.
There's trust there that I'm someone who wants to tell the truth and tell stories that matter.
There's not a single person that does the story by themselves. You need an entire team, and that's what Type did for me.